Hi there. This is Meri at the.meri.atelier. And yes, I came back online this afternoon because I want to talk about something. Call this Lessons from a Beginner. I struggled. Yes, I struggled. These little 5 rows of knitting, casting on and doing the knit stitch and doing it in front of the whole wide world and listening to advice, trying to follow a video, and dealing with a troll. So I had some frustrations this morning, and I think my laptop the Windows was trying to update during the first part of my stream, and the audio went really squeaky and I had to restart. I think that was because Windows was trying to update. And I do have the option clicked on there for it to ask me before it updates, but something was interfering with that stream, and I noticed that later date, and I did that afterwards after the stream was over. So I think that's what caused my squeaky audio. There's still something on my audio that's kind of wrong. I don't know what it is. I'm still learning that. And that brings me back to picking up new skills. I think that's what this interests me so much about picking up knitting now. The older you get, you need to keep your learning, your lust for learning alive, your zest. I think it keeps you young to pick up new things. So Aunt Beck, I might be asking for some more yarn. Not really, I'm just saying that. Actually, I went to the thrift store last week and I saw this beautiful wool yarn, but they wanted, and it had to be $16, $17, $18 yarn. It was beautiful. And they wanted $4 a skein for it at the thrift store. I couldn't afford that. Yeah. But I am even, I made me a cup of coffee. It's cold now. I like cold coffee. And I sat down and I tried to figure this out because Tanya was telling me that I'm moving my hand too much. I should only be moving my finger. I'm going to look at chat because I see several of you have come in. Hello, hello, hello. Let me look at it on here. Let me get into my own live stream. Oh. Hi, Holly. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Kim. Hi, Barb. Vicki Ross. Hi, Vicki. And Vicki Ross might be one to know what I'm talking. My chat won't scroll back other than Vicki Ross and Debbie. Debbie Reddick. Reddick, is that how you pronounce that, Debbie? Well, I got the Debbie part right. But Vicki Ross might be a one to echo what I'm saying. When you reach your senior years, and I really don't feel like a senior, but I am retired now. And, you want to keep your mind active. You want to keep you want to keep learning. And yes, I tried to teach myself how to knit this morning. Well, I knew how to knit and how to crochet, but I was running into some issues. Now, all of this is left from this morning. And here's the other thing I wanted to relate. Here's my piece from this morning. It's a lonely little piece filled with mistakes. But the thing of it is, I think about people who are beginning to learn how to do art, to learn how to draw, to learn how to do mixed media. And I was tempted to say, I'll never pick up a knitting needle again. That did it. But no, don't do that. When you draw and your face doesn't look like a face, when you don't get the eyes right, when your perspective is all wrong, and you have people trying to show you what to do, but you're just not quite there yet, don't quit. Maybe put it down for a bit, but pick it up later if you still have that interest. this was something that I really, while I was sitting here doing my second piece, which I'm a lot more proud of. This is my second one. Now, there's still some mistakes, but yay for me. I know where I made my mistakes, and I think I know why. I made a mistake in here. I think I purled instead of knitted. And there's another place in here where I don't know what I did with this piece of yarn, but I obviously didn't pull it tight enough or something in there. There's a mistake in there. But let me tell you, this is no dish rag. This is no dish rag. I'm going to put both of these in my journal, and I'm going to document this. Now, I have one more thing I want to say before I look in chat again here. And this relates to picking up new skills, whether you're 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 85. Where are you going to be in the next 5 years? So this is 1919. What am I going to, what skill would I want to pick up in the year 2525? And who knows what's going to exist then? But there's a lot of opportunity out there to learn new things. I don't do much woodworking. You might see me going to Menards and getting a cheap set of carving tools and trying some woodworking, try to carve something. Or maybe, I doubt if I'll work the power tools. I'm not that brave yet, but I might be in 2525. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is if you're a beginner at something, good for you. Good for you. Don't give up. Keep moving. This is no dish rag. I'm proud of this. I was proud of this after I cast off. So there's my little sermon on my knitting, and tomorrow I'll put an announcement out there. I'll put a warning. I may not get anybody in my stream, but tomorrow I'm going to try purling. I'm going to keep practicing this. I'm going to cast off. I'm going to cast it off. I'm going to make a pocket in my art journal for this, and I think I'll document that these are my first knitting attempt. I might have tried to knit many years ago, but it was probably no better than this. I probably got no further than this, and I gave up. And think of all those years. Think of all those years. If I wouldn't have given up, I could be as good as some of you are. Let me look at chat here. Oh, you guys have chatted away from me. Chatted away. Vicki says you have to plan for what you want to do with the inevitable empty time. I have answers if you want to paint. Yeah, you sometimes, now I did not, I call myself the reluctant retiree because I did not plan to retire. I did not want to retire. That was nothing in my plans to retire. It was forced on me. Not forced on me, but given to me by my journey in life. I really had no choice. But here I am now, and I'm thoroughly loving my YouTube channel. I'm thoroughly loving getting back into my art. I've done more art in the last 3 or 4 years than I've ever done. So, you know, things happen in your life that you don't plan for. Now, if you can plan for it and go through it and execute that plan, yay, way to go. 2525, Ali K says that's 506 years away. All right, but not really, Ali K. 2525 is only 6 years away. So what are you going to do? Ali K is a youngster to me. She's what, in your late teens, early 20s? What you know, what are you going to learn I know now Ali K is a natural. I mean, she's taken anatomy. Maybe the next thing I'll do is get out an anatomy book, maybe not online because I don't want to show all the naked people. But maybe I'll pick up some anatomy. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? So, Allie Kay, what skill out there is it that might be in the back of your mind that you might want to try? In the year 2525, who knows what we're going to have? 3D printers and even all these technical skills that we're having, like how to operate a webcam, how to deal with trolls, this all sorts of opportunities. Yeah, 2525 is 6 years away. Yes. So, what do you think you'll be doing in 2525? Is there something that you might want to learn? Well, between now and then, we'll say. But let's not wait till 2025. What new skill do you think you might want to learn next year, or even now today? I picked up knitting, and when Aunt Beck sent this to me, I said, "This is perfect. I have to honestly pick this up and keep trying." And I have to say, Tanya was in there, and Tanya is skilled, and she was telling me, and I was dealing with everything else at the time, but I have been putting my yarn over my left hand. The video I watched I put a link to it in my stream this morning, but the video that I watched online, they want you to somehow hold the needle in your left hand and yarn over with your right hand. And I can't do that. It's very uncomfortable for me to do that. I have to hold the needle in my left hand. But the other thing that I was doing, and I got this part, now this is to the knit, and I was holding my yarn around my finger this way to where I come from. How did I have it even? I came from the front. I came the wrong way. I forget how I had it. I think I had it this way, where I was going from the front to the back instead of from the back to the front. And as hard as I tried this morning, I could not do that. I get that, and even now I have trouble with it, because I get this 2 to 3 inches of yarn that I'm dealing with. And I honestly think, I don't know, I might ask Tanya to measure her fingers, but I have really long fingers. And I think the longer my fingers are has something to do with it, because I said, well, if I do that, let me get my yarn back over here. If I bring my yarn from the back over to the front, I'm wanting to catch it differently. I'm wanting to catch this back piece. And I can't even do it now in front of you. But I said to myself, what if instead of yarning over on, or putting the yarn on my index finger, what if I did it on my third finger? And I'm much closer to the needle. I'm working closer to the needle, and without pulling this off, once I get it all situated, I only have about maybe 1.5 inches of yarn in there that I'm dealing with. And it's very easy for me to grab onto that. And when I'm sitting alone and working by myself, I can really get going doing this way. And, I'm going, oh, I'm sailing now. It's just much easier for me to put that yarn over on the third finger instead of the index finger. And that might have something to do with the length, the shape of my hands and the length of my hands. I'm a beginner. All I know is it's easier. I don't have that 2 to 3 inches. And look, I'm holding the needle in my hand. I'm not, this morning she kept saying to me, here, let me get it off of she kept saying to me, you're taking your needle off and looping it over. I mean, your hand off of the needle and doing like this. And I'm going, well, they did that in the video. But as I thought about what she said, I thought, I wonder if and as I practiced, I kind of felt like it was easier for me. I have to get it. I'm not proficient yet, but it's just easier for me if I pick that up off of it's easier for me to pick it off of my third finger instead of my index finger. Let me get back in there. And I kind of, when I'm holding this, like, and I'm coming from the back to the front, like she told me to. And when I'm holding it, I kind of hold that yarn between my two fingers there. And that gives me the ability to grab onto this yarn a lot easier. Now that's what's working for me, I think, so far, unless I'm still doing something wrong that I'm not aware of. But, you know, I can sail along this way. And I have to tell you, I was so frustrated this morning, I thought to myself, can I even crochet? And I went and got that pink and brown yarn. And I did. I crocheted 3 or 4 rows. It's in the other room. I'd show it to you. I think I'll make a pocket for that too, but I don't know about that. I love that pink and brown yarn, she's saying. And I'm having a lot less trouble catching on to this yarn. And that might be because I'm in the 2nd or 3rd row in here. So let me finish this off here and I'll look at chat again. But for me, this is what's working a lot easier. And oops, I almost dropped that. That's working for me a lot easier. Now, these little mistakes in here, at least I know where they are and I know what to watch. I think I got a mistake there. I got one here. I got one there. But hey, I'm a beginner and I'm not going to rip it out. I'm going to put it in my journal. I'm going to make a little pocket out of it. Yes, I am. So I wanted to come back on and kind of chat about that, but kind of chat about what I was thinking about picking up new skills and not getting discouraged if you're not getting it, you know, and just keep trying. And especially with it's in art, with drawing, you know, I've drawn ever since I was 5 or 6 years old, and I'm still learning things. So let me look at chat here. That's the Icelandic way of knitting, Country Girl says. Doing it like that with the off of the 3rd finger. Hi, Roesta. Ali K says, do you have space between your rows? I always do and thought nobody else did. Well, let me look. I don't see space. I've got a little, well, see now, Ali K, if you can see this, I have just, I don't know how much space you mean, but I do occasionally, like I have some space. I have some space in here between. I don't know if I can show it to you enough here for you to see it. Let me take it off of the. And I think it might depend too on which way you're looking at it. Let me take this needle off. Let me turn it this way. I think it depends on how you're looking at it. I see space in here. I see a space in here. It's not a big space, but I see more. Let me point with it right in here. I see more yarn in here than I do in here. I see more yarn in here, and it seems to me maybe that's the way I'm turning it. You would have to ask somebody who's experienced with knitting if that's proper, but also it might do with how tight I knitted. How loose I knitted here and how tight I knitted there. I think I have more of an even stitch in here. I think my stitches are more even in here than they are here. I think I have a loose stitch in there. So if you have a lot of consistent space between your rows, my guess might be that you have maybe you're knitting more loose than everybody else is. Or if you don't, then you're probably knitting tighter. But I can see my stitches are very consistent in here, and that's probably what I want to aim for, is this nice even rows of knitting. And I know this isn't perfect, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. So, and look at this. I know I can see this just pops out at me. I'm going to put a pin or something there, or maybe a tag on it. But you know, don't give up. That's what I'm getting at. If you're learning something new, and if you run into a situation like I did this morning where you got a little frustrated, I was just about ready to send this yarn back to Aunt Beck and say, here, crochet it. But I won't do that now because now I'm having fun. See that I've got an obvious error there. Very obvious. But I love my little mistakes. But keep going. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I've already chattered on about it, was don't quit learning. Don't quit learning. When you get your BA degree, when you get your PhD degree, when you get your high school diploma, when you graduate from kindergarten, there's always new things to learn. And I want to challenge you to do that, to keep learning things. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was I've been watching Cinnamon Cooney. She's got an April challenge coming up where they paint a picture every day with acrylic. I think I'm going to participate in that. I think I've got some unpainted. I know that Sherry Lynn's going to send me another canvas pad, bless her heart, but I'm not sure I'm going to use that. I've got some unpainted canvas that was marked way down at Hobby Lobby, and I could not resist. I couldn't leave it there. I think I'm going to prime some of that and participate in the April challenge. Now, I have done painting before, but I think I'm going to configure my art journal for that in April. So that's just something else. Just take challenges. Keep pushing yourself to learn new things. But how does, like an old friend? What's that saying? Friends are silver and gold. Cherish the new, but keep the old, something like that. Keep practicing your talents. Like I love to draw. I draw every day. And but I like to learn new things, and I think it keeps you young. All right, I'm off of that now. Yeah, oh, her mom, Ginger Cook, is too. Yeah, Cinnamon Cooney. She took a little break earlier this year. And I didn't get much rest. I'm trying to think of the name of her channel. Cinnamon Cooney. What's the name of her channel? Somebody tell me. Art Sherpa. Thank you so much, Holly. Sometimes the old brain just doesn't kick in right away. The Art Sherpa, yeah. I see I've got a message from Mark. I'll read your message later if you're in here, Mark. Let's see. Allie Casey, yes, that's what I'm talking about. We'll have to ask people at the yarn shop. The Icelandic, yeah. The space between the rows. Yeah, I would ask some people who are really proficient knitters, expert knitters. They could probably help you figure that part out. Roesta's in the house. Kathy D's here. Mary, check out European style knitting. You control the yarn totally with the left hand. It was easier for me. Yes. Vicki. Yes, I think so. That must be, I must have some European in me, because I found, well, I'm holding it with my left hand and I'm controlling how, but it's really my right hand that's doing the work. But I can't make my right hand, if I try to hold this needle and yarn over with my right hand like they showed in that video, it's just, it's foreign to me. And I have crocheted a lot, and I think this what I was doing this morning with putting my yarn over this way, over my finger this way, and holding it that way, I do that when I crochet. And so I think my crochet habits probably play a role in this too, how I was holding it. But I think that I'm going to look more into that European style of knitting, because that I think somebody else said it was the Icelandic way of knitting. And I find that it's much easier if I come off of the third finger, because look, I've got maybe what, an inch and a half of space for me to, well, I want to go this way, to grab that piece of yarn to yarn over. So that just seems to work for me much better. Hi, Fluky, feline family. Whatever way is comfortable and gets the result you want is correct. Everybody knits and crochets in a different way. Thank you. Meri, you may have created a new stitch. Violet Cat says. Well, I do honestly think that the length of my fingers, my mother used to say that I had piano fingers because I've got I don't have extremely long fingers, but I know my fingers are long. So I think that too, if you have a shorter finger and you're knitting with, maybe smaller hands, you may have less length in there and you may be able to control it easier. I don't know. I can't answer that. I only know. Serenity says, I want to paint more. Let's see. I want to do an elephant journal, Barb says. Cover in, they're talking about what they want to do in 2525. I want to do an elephant journal, cover in fabric, and a bohemian elephant on the cover. Oh, that's cool, Barb. Don't wait till 2025 to do that. Miss Ellie K says, not leather making, leather crafting, sewing things in leather. Oh, Ellie K, that would be fun. I have a lot of the Melody Ross stuff that was when Archivers scrapbook store went out of business and they had their liquidation sales. That Melody Ross stuff went for pretty cheap and I bought a lot of it, and I have to say it's up in Madison. That leather crafting, I might join you on that, Allie K. Country Girl Scrapping says, thank God I can still craft, and YouTube has given me an outlet to pass on my skills. Am I subscribed to you, Country Girl? Let's go to your channel. No, I'm not subscribed to you. Why not? Let's subscribe to you. You've got 138. Everybody, Country Girl Scrapping. Let me share the link here while I'm there. Copy link. If you can't find her icon, let's subscribe to Country Girl Scrapping. Subscribe. I might be in my other channel, though. I might not be in my Meri channel. We'll find out in a minute. If I'm not in my TheMeriAtelier channel, am I in it? Let me see. Am I in my channel? Yeah, I am. So you got a new subby, Country Girl. Let me put the link in chat here. Country Girl Scrapping, you have a new subby. Let me paste in the link to your channel just because I grabbed it. There we go. Let's see. Violet said, I started learning tatting the past year. I used to be intimidated by it, but now I love it. And that's something else I might get out again. I tatted. I could make the first little loopy thing, and I could make the second one, but I had trouble hooking the second to the first. And I might go back now that I've played with my fine line paint applicator. I might go back and pick up the tatting needle, but not right away. I found you can buy tatting needles that are crocheted. You can tat off of like a crochet hook type needle. It's a needle that you tat off of a needle instead of the shuttle. And I found that to be much easier. But tatting is another good one. Yes, get out your knitting. I wanted to come on briefly this afternoon. I'm not going to stay on too long. I just wanted to come on briefly because I'm so proud of my little square here. It's got mistakes that I'm going to yarn off, and I'm going to make a pocket in my art journal of it, and I'm going to cast on again, and maybe I'll just practice with this entire green knitting. I'm going to purl. I'm going to try to purl tomorrow. So I'm not going to stay online. What you're seeing here on my desk is the tube journal that I'm doing with Tanya and Lisa. And look at this. Look at this. This is where I got inspired by Anne this morning. I love it when you guys give me ideas. Sometimes it doesn't seem like I listen. I try to catch as many ideas as I can, but I had cut these thinking that I was going to put black tags in here, which was, yeah, that's okay. But I also wanted to do some more packing tape. This is not really that great. I just put it down this morning. Packing tape transfers. And so I cut out a whole bunch of transfers, but by the time I got to, well, let's pick this one. By the time I got to this one, I realized that by the time I put it on my paper and wiped off everything, that it would not show up on my black. So I was going to cut a whole bunch of white, this is cream colored, of tags. And she said, well, why don't you take your tag, your white, and mat it on your black so you can have, and that just works perfect. That's just perfect. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week with my tube journal. We'll meet again Tuesday the 26th on Lisa's My Eclectic Life channel, and we'll be doing part 2 of this. Now, I also, this morning, I learned from Julie Topaz how to make her version of modeling paste. I will not buy modeling paste again. I will not buy modeling paste again. The recipe is 1 part baby powder, 1 part baby powder, 1 part acrylic paint. I used white, and 2 parts of Mod Podge. Now, I mixed mine a little thin this morning, and I tried it, and it was too thin for me, so I shook in more baby powder. Now I'm noticing that it's got some cracks in there, but I don't mind that because they're not cracked enough that they're chipping off. And when I put ink over this, if I do the ink thing over this, or maybe that beautiful gold that I have from NEV, I think that will settle into the cracks like a crackle does. But I'm also going to do this on both sides. This is over here. This is not modeling paste. This is gesso that I was playing with on this side. But I'm going to do both sides of these, so I'm going to be doing that this week. So I've just been having fun. I've been having fun learning new stuff. Debbie says, oh, hi. Oh, I thought, oh, forget it. Hi, Debbie. I love the art community. Everyone shares so much information and encouragement. Yes. Yes. I'm getting hoarse there, losing my voice. Nice print, Mary. Yeah, the bicycles are fun. The bicycles are fun. I didn't get this. I did not glue this down. I just set it down on the paper. So whatever it had left on this tape is what's sticking onto this. I should have put some glue stick down here. I probably would not have gotten the gaps in here that I have, but there was nothing for this to stick onto. So that's a lesson for these other ones. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So, yeah. Hi, Kathy Berg. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Gael. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Gael is so pretty. G-A-E. And I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I love that name. So pretty. Stephanie! Stephanie! I looked at your icon. I did not even recognize it. Stephanie! Hi! I haven't seen you for ages. If y'all don't know Stephanie, go click on her icon and go to her channel. She's a wonderful artist. Yeah. Welcome, Stephanie. I'm not going to stay on here too long. I just wanted to come in here and show you how proud I am of my knitting. Oh. Yeah, good for you. You keep staying busy. That keeps you young, Stephanie. Take it from a couple of old ladies. Stephanie homeschools her daughter. Are you still doing that this year, Stephanie? And she works, but she does beautiful art. Are you following along in the Totally Junk Journal when you can? We're having all sorts of fun with that Totally Junk Journal. Are those yellow pieces? Yes, they are. They're a mixture of toilet paper rolls and the paper towel rolls. I did not have enough toilet paper rolls. I think this is a toilet paper roll here. This might be a paper towel roll. It's a little bit larger. But yes, these are the toilet paper rolls, and these are the paper towel rolls that I cut down. So I've got a mixture. But let me tell you what I learned with that, now that you ask. When I gessoed these, I let them set for about, well, it's for afternoon, I'd say 4 hours, and they felt dry to the touch, but they were not dry. But I took them and stacked them all up like this, like what I'm doing now, just to clean off my desk. And I put a rubber band around them. And the next time I tried to open them, I had to pry them apart. So if you're going to do something like this, and if you're going to gesso these, be sure you give them a day, at least a day to dry, at least 24 hours, if not more. And if you don't gesso them, the paint, if you put acrylic paint on these, this toilet paper cardboard is so absorbent, it'll just drink your paint in until you get enough paint in there that it can't hold anymore. So, but yes, these are toilet paper rolls. I'm going to have about a 9-page book here, and I think I'm going to leave them uneven, or I could leave them uneven. No, I think I'll leave them uneven. I'm going to do it horizontally, my paper roll book. And then these are tags that are going to go in the center. Every one of mine's going to have a tag, and I'm going to do the bicycles, a bicycle theme. And it will, every one of them, I'm going to do the packing tape transfer on these. I tried that this morning, and it came out pretty good. So... yeah, Stephanie says it keeps her young. She's going to be 25 for the 20th year straight this month. Well, when you teach, you learn, Leather. Oh, that's funny. All righty, I'm not going to hold you guys. I just wanted to come on and give my little knitting 101 lecture here about what I learned about not giving up. And that applies to anything that you're learning new. Don't give up just because you have a few mistakes or if you just don't quite have the hang of it yet. It's too easy to send the yarn back or throw the pencil away. It's too easy to give up and move on to something that you're more expert at. Like I could have set this down and said, let me draw. Let me draw today. Mary, I don't use the shuttle. You use the needle to tat? I think my tatting needles are up in Madison with all the rest of my art stuff, but that won't stop me. I can easily get another tatting needle. Now I'm getting interested, Violet. Now I'm getting interested. Are you, do you have a channel? Let me go to Violet. Let's see if she's got a channel. No, it doesn't look like you do. No, it doesn't look like you're making videos. Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I didn't want to stay on here all afternoon. Aunt Bex is streaming tonight. I think she's finishing her explosion box, which I may do next week. I was going to work on the explosion box this week, and look what I did. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. Have a great day. Bye.